Welcome to the Do-Jiggy Golf Registrations demo for golf tournament registration and management. This video was created for tournament administrators and focuses on the initial setup and configuration of your website. Be sure to also see the companion videos on participant management and reporting. So here we are at the Golf Registrations administrative login area. You can get to this screen by typing in admin.golfreg.com. Once here, I'll type in my username and password that was created when I signed up for my free trial account or when I purchased. Since I am the main administrator on the account, I won't need to put in the host name, but the host name is the first part of the URL that you created when you set up your account. Then I'll hit login. Okay, and here I am in the professional setup wizard. So some of you may have created this step, finished this step when you initially created the free trial or purchased. If not, then you'll need to do it now the first time that you log into your account. So my event name, the event type, I'm going to work with a professional edition golf tournament today. And my participant and group labels, generally those are player and team for golf tournaments. Then my participants per group, my start date and time, that is my event start date and time, and my cost per participant and per group, per team. Okay, all of this information can be changed at any time. So if you don't know the information when you initially sign up for your account, that's fine. Go ahead and put in whatever information you used last year, or just take a guesstimate at the price that you'll be charging, and don't worry about it. You'll have that opportunity to change things at any time. Since all of our websites are hosted, anything that you do in the administration area will immediately take effect on your hosted public website. You'll just need to make sure and hit Control-R to refresh your public website and see any of those changes that you've made. So here we are in the admin area, and you'll see the blue menu bar across the top. It starts with the events menu and the website menu. Then we have sponsors and products menus. Participants areas and reporting areas are covered in the companion video. Then we have the tools area and the help area. So we will work our way through these menus in today's demo. Okay, one way that you're welcome to start is going through the quick start guide if you'd like to do that. In the demo today, we'll just start to the left-hand side here at events and work our way through all of the major menu items. So let's begin by looking at the events overview. Here is my initial event that I'll be working on, and most of you will likely start with one event in your admin area. If you've started with 2 golf tournaments or a golf tournament and an auction, then you'll see both of those events listed here. And just know that we can manage multiple events for you through the same admin area. And if you're interested in that, contact us in sales, as you'll need a unique subscription for each tournament that you're running. Okay, so let's take a look at the event profile. That's the most important area here. This is where all of my major account level settings, event level settings are stored. Anything that has a red asterisk are areas that are required fields, and you can see all of the information that I put in my initial quick start guide is right here. So this is an opportunity for me to come in and edit and change that information. One area that can cause confusion is the registration start date. When you're viewing your website, when you're initially setting it up, I recommend keeping that blank. That way you can see your registration options as they will appear to your registrants when they go in there to register online. Later, just before you go live with the event, some people don't open their registration right away. If that's the case, then you can put a registration start date that's in the future so that people can view your website but not be able to register at this time. Also, the registration end date will close your registration. So if you choose to close online registration a few days before the event or a week before the event, then you'll put in some information in that field. Otherwise, just leave that blank. Okay, let's take a look at the advanced settings. Under the advanced settings, we have more event level settings that will be important for you to review. And whenever you see the question mark, which is next to each one of the fields here, you can put your cursor over it and get a little further explanation of these event details. Okay, so feel free to go down here and look at these areas. If you are providing multi-cost registration, multi-price points, such as member and non-member pricing, you will use this field called cost groups. And in cost groups, you will do something like this: member, comma, non-member, and then you will put in the cost per participant 2, which in our example here is the non-member cost, and then the cost per group 2. So for a team of non-members, we'll put the price point in here. Okay, we also have the option of series or division management, and this is only available in the professional edition, as is the cost groups. So let's say that we are using flights. Many golf tournaments have an 8 a.m. flight and a 2 p.m. flight or something similar. In that case, we would put a label here in the series division flight area. Okay, scroll down, lots of other information in there. And then we always hit update if we want to affect any change on the site. There's always a save or an update feature, and we will get some information here at the top saying that we have updated successfully. Okay, let's look at website manage pages. This is where we'll see all of the pages that are currently on our template website. This shows the order of the pages, and we can change the order as well as the name of any of the pages that we want under the action of settings. So let's hit the settings next to the home page to review those. So we can see the menu link. That is the page link that will be at the top in the menu bar of your public website. The page title, the menu order, again, this is a chronological ordering. We recommend doing them by 10 so that you can easily move pages in and out. Then we have a question: is the page enabled? If we say no, then the page will not be visible on the public website. That can be useful if you're still creating a page, you don't want it to be viewed, so you set that to no until you're ready for it to be viewed. And then of course just one page will be a home page, so we'll select this to yes, as this is the current home page. Okay, from here we can either return to manage pages or we can manage the page content. Let's go ahead and return to manage pages where we were so that we can more clearly see under the action area by editing the page. That is also the area that we'd want to go to manage the page content. So here we are in the editor. This page looks just like my current home page looks. This is where I can add my own customized text. I can add my own photos and customize the event as much as I want. So let me go ahead and start typing in here now. Let's see. If I want to hit the enter to take something down to the next line, I want to make sure and hit shift enter rather than just enter, which will cause an extra space to be created between the two lines. And I think you'll find that it's very simple to work with. It's similar to working in Word, where you just type in what you want, and then if I want this sentence, for example, to be a larger size, I can select that. Whoops, that was a smaller size. I can select that information there. I can change to these different fonts. I can make a bulleted list of items. By selecting the items and hitting the bullet function, I can make the items bold. I can make the items italicized, and I can cut and paste text. So it is very similar to working in a Word document. I can work with my justification settings, and we do have some more videos that will more specifically go over the editing area. If I want to look at my source code, I can hit source, and this is where your programmers and people who are familiar with HTML can work. But for the rest of us, we'll work here directly on the editor and save any changes by hitting save. Okay. I want to cancel that because it does not look very good. And I'm back at website manage pages. There are some pages, such as the event registration page, that cannot be edited directly. In that case, all of the information that's on the event registration page is handled in a different area, such as the event profile area that we reviewed previously. But the majority of your pages will be edited here under website manage pages. Next, let's look at website settings. And here we'll see at the top different order notes. Again, place your cursor over the question mark to see where those order notes will show up. Those are special messages from your organization to your registrants and donors. And then I scroll down and I've got a lot of optional registration fields. So when you view your public website, take a look and see how you want these registration fields to appear. For example, handicap is the first registration field. It's set to do not show, as many nonprofit and charity golf tournaments don't require the handicap for registration. But if you are requiring that, just simply set that to required, or if you have optional reporting, set it to optional, and it will show up in that manner on your public registration page. Okay, scrolling down. One very important area here is the site image and the alternate site image. Only one of these two fields will be used, and these will be your main banner that shows up at the top of your website on each registration page. If you choose a site image, notice that it's sized at 400 by 100, and that will leave room for you to put in banner sponsors. Up to 3 banner sponsors can be put in the system here, and they will show up in the top right-hand corner of your banner. If you have a alternate site image that's sized at 700 by 100, that's what we recommend. That's a full page banner, and that would look wonderful. You can put your event name up there, you can put your sponsors' logos in there, but have someone create a JPEG format of this size. If the image is too large, it will stretch your website page. So be sure to pay attention to the sizing and get those as close as possible before you upload them here. When you're ready, you just hit browse, and browse as if you're attaching a document via your email, and then hit update, and your new image will be added. Okay, let's take a look at the sponsors menu. First, we have manage sponsorships. Your sponsorships are your packages. These are your packages that you're trying to sell to the local businesses and other sponsors. So you can see here we have the gold, the silver, and the T-box sponsors. You don't have to use any of this information. You can delete them directly. They're only in here for template purposes. Or you can hit the settings area and edit those as you see fit. So you can name the package anything you want. You can sell it at any price point you want. The total available will limit the number of sponsors that are available. So for example, if you have only one title sponsor available, you can put in one, and once that's been sold, the system will say sold out, and it will not allow anyone else to register for the title sponsorship. You can also include groups or individual golfers with your sponsorship. If you do that, those will be asked to register upon ordering the sponsorships. Okay, that's for the individuals. And then these are some visibility settings. Where would you like the sponsorship package to be shown? Okay, again, hit update when we've made any of our changes. Okay, and we're back at the Manage Sponsorships area. Then we also have the editor under sponsorships. So this is just like under Website Manage Pages, where we could edit each one of the pages. We can edit the benefits to sponsorship. We have it shown for you here as bulleted points. You're also welcome to write a paragraph or present it any way that you want, but this will show up on your sponsorships page of your website for people to read about each one of the sponsorships. Okay, we also have sponsors manage sponsors. So these are actually your businesses or your individuals who have committed to giving your organization money. And we have some samples in here as well. You can edit those or just delete them and start from the beginning. So I want to put in some information such as the sponsor name. Then it will always ask you for the sponsorship level, the sponsor package, and all of your sponsorship packages will be here as a drop down. Then I can put in the company URL that will show up as a link on your website. The contact information here is only for your purposes. This will not be displayed on the website itself. I can put a description in the professional edition up to 1,000 characters, and this information will show up underneath the URL, web link, and the logo for the sponsor. And here is where my banner goes for the sponsor. So the sponsor gets a logo up on your website. The recommended sizing is 300 by 100. We also have a resizing image tool here. The best way to do it is when you sell your sponsorships, ask your sponsors for a banner image, a sponsor logo sized at 300 by 100, and ask them to give it to you in that format. JPEG is the best. Okay, then hit update. Very good. And let's take a look now at products, manage products. There are generally two types of products for your events. One is included products. Those are products that come at no cost for your registrants. And the second type of product is optional products. Those are products that can be purchased as the registrant wants. So all we need to do is hit add new product, and let's go ahead and add a golf shirt. Then we put in a description of the shirt here, and let's put in a price. We're going to sell these for $35. Then we have the option of putting in an attribute. Generally that is size for shirts or shoes. That can also be color. For dinners, that can also be meal choice. And then the attribute values. So for example, the attribute values for size might be small, medium, large, XL, XXL, unknown. All of these are separated by commas. Okay, if I have a certain quantity available, I can put that in, and the system will count those down and only sell that number of items. Go ahead and hit add once I have added my product. And let's go ahead and add another product. This time I'd like to add an included product. So a lot of times this might be a dinner or a lunch for a golf tournament. So this one is going to be a dinner for my golfers, and this is going to be included at $0. So upon registration, when people register for my event and pay $100 to register, they're going to get a free dinner included. The reason that I may go ahead and put this in here as a included item that I would like them all to see is if I would like them to pick a meal choice. And in that case, I can put down a vegetarian dish, a beef, a fish, anything that I want here, and they can select between those dinner choices. Okay, go ahead and add that item. And finally, let's add a donation request. This is an open donation field. The basic text says, please consider a charitable donation if you cannot attend. And I'll add a little bit more. Thank you. Go ahead and add that. And now I've got a whole list of products here that are going to show up on my registration website. So again, the participants and reporting areas we'll cover in a different video, because right now we're just getting your event set up and configured, and we're almost there. Let's take a look at the tools menu. We have an email management option so that we can email people who are currently in the system. We can set up promotion codes. Those can be used for no-cost registrations. If we have a VIP or a sponsor that we want to offer a registration for free with, we can set up a promotion code for $100, since that's the cost of my registration, and they will be able to register at no cost. Administrative registrations are used when people call or fax in a registration. I'll want to come here and administratively register them. That will create a detailed order report as well as a participant record for all of my registrants. After I'm done testing the system or before next year's event, I can clear out my system data. And now let's take a look at your tools, account setup, global settings. This is where all of your payment processing details are housed. So this is an extremely important area. We do have a special video on payment processing, so please feel free to watch that if you need more details. Basically what I'll do here is select the credit card methods that I plan to take on my public website and select my payment processor, and then put in my detailed information here in the processor ID and password fields that relates to my selected payment processor. Okay. Now let's look at tools, account setup, account profile. In this area, my information was stored from what I initially set up in my free trial or when I initially purchased, but it can be edited at any time. This major account information will show up on all of the auto-generated emails that are emailed to my golfers upon registration. So be sure to check this information and make sure that it is accurate. I'm going to receive an email notification whenever anyone registers in the system, and if I want anyone else on my team to receive that information, then I can put their information in here, separated by a comma, and they will also receive the email notifications. Those are copies that are sent to your golfers, to your donors, anyone who makes any purchase on the website. Then I can also change my username and password for security here, and then I hit update. So that is a quick run through of your golf tournament registration system. Under the help area, we have a manual that we suggest that you print off. That's a PDF document that you can keep with you and mark up, and will walk you through your entire tournament registration system. And then we have the frequently asked questions. This area is very important. This is our knowledge base that contains hundreds of questions developed over years and years. So please do take a look in here. Everything is organized by category. You can also search for specific words, and you'll see different results come up. So please take a look here at our knowledge base. And finally, submit a support request. All of our technical support happens online through these support requests. So please submit a support request to technical support if you have any questions, if you need help with your orders, if somebody has decided not to attend, you need to refund, you're having issues with your payment processing, anything like that, that will be done through your support request. Okay, and finally, let's take a look at our website. So right here in your admin area in the top right-hand corner, it says View Website. When you click on that, you will see your public website that you've been creating here in your admin area. All of the menu links are here. These are each one of those pages. This is my home page. This is my registration page. It includes my $100 player registration and my $400 team registration that I put in there. It includes my sponsorship packages. It includes my optional event items as well as my included event item. And you can see how these attributes show up here with the different options. Okay. Here's your Contact Us page. This information is auto-generated when you sign up for the site, but can all be edited through Website Manage Pages. So that will get you started. Good luck building your website. We wish you success, and we're happy to help you with your initial setup and configuration. Please submit a support request or give us a call in sales if you're in your free trial time. Thank you.